This is
Push it
crazy.
a little this way.
Who knew
So we're
having a
both in the frame?
podcast would be like this?
Oh, fuck.
Whoa. Hell yeah. Look at this. I like it's reality, Tyler. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Just,
oh.
okay.
Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to clap. Ready?
We're going to clap?
Hold this. Hold yours to it. Ready?
Woo!
Now we're live.
It's
baby.
happening.
Oh, you're
Clown
screaming.
Car. Oh, I'm such a loud person.
It's okay.
Clown Car Podcast #1. Don't have the bicycle horn yet.
Yeah,
I do.
the bicycle horn.
I want to get a bicycle horn for this.
Just like the clown.
That's exactly. I used that from the opening. If we weren't using my phone to record the video right now, I did the opening.
Oh, you got a clown horn?
What? No, I didn't. It was a clown.
You're branded with it.
No. It's in the bit. It's in the bit.
I know.
I seen a clown in real life today, and then it's just me repeating that over and over in the intro. It's fucking sick.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
I love it so
when it
much.
comes out.
Yeah, dude.
What's the name of this? What's the name of this?
Clown Car Podcast.
Clown Car Podcast. This is the Clown Car. Should you explain what's going on?
So, okay, right now, this is the episode #1 of the Clown Car Podcast. Hold up, Clown Car Podcast. I gotta fucking move my steering wheel.
Get that shit out of
here. There we
here.
go. This is solid. We're probably not gonna be seeing the steering wheel for much too longer because we are currently recording this inside of my 2010 Buick Lucerne, which just had the transmission go out an hour and 15 minutes away from where I live. Yeah. So now Tyler is here, donating his time so graciously to not make this a completely terrible trip.
Yeah, man, I got a working car, but I was voluntarily like, I'll hang out.
You're still doing open mic comedy.
Yeah. This is a pity purchase on both ends of the spectrum.
It's so
You
rough.
got me. Yeah, I'm like, have a nice, sweet ride home. You're like, that was a nice pod.
Well, it's crazy. Like, it's so because I also bombed.
Oh, dude,
I ate hardcore, which is fine. Like, I'm totally fine with that. Like, I'm confident in the shit I'm selling.
Yeah.
But I bombed, and then I was like, whatever. At least I can drive home now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, clank, and I was like, shit. This is when the Buick is gonna decide not to work.
Yeah, I don't know. It's these shows can be. Like you said, you're fucking. You know your material. Like it's good. And sometimes the crowd just sucks, but it's such like a bad thing to say. You're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, it's.
You're never supposed to blame the crowd, even though
I'm a hardcore 10,000 hours kind of guy. So I'm just I don't know, in the sense of I've just gone and driven and bombed so much and had to do a 3-hour drive back, or gone and driven an hour and 15 minutes and had my car's not working anymore.
Oh, there's plenty of those cars. This would not be the first time I've hung out with somebody because of their car breaking down.
I hope you seem like the type.
I'm the guy who people are like, hey bro, my car's not working, come grab me. It's always comics too.
I love that so much.
Cam Honeyacre broke down here.
I love that guy.
Yeah. I had to drive. I was already on the freeway. I turned around and come grab him because I'm like, I love you, Cam.
Damn,
I don't want
that's
to hurt
badass.
you. I think Dave Jones was with us. He was just sitting in my back seat smoking weed. I'm like, that's cool. You can do that. This is an old car. I don't care if it smells like weed. I'm not a big weed guy, but.
Neither am I. I work at a dispensary, but that doesn't.
Yeah.
You've probably heard me talk about that 1,000 times on stage.
Oh yeah. I smoke weed to sleep. That's what I do. I like to sleep, but it doesn't help me sleep. I just smoke it when I'm going to sleep. I was having trouble sleeping, having just staying up all night, insomnia kind of thing. And people were try melatonin, so I tried melatonin. Didn't really do much for me. I was trying, drinking some lavender teas and shit like that. All the weird stuff, and then finally someone was just fucking smoke weed. So I got myself one of those little pens.
Yeah.
And I use it. It's supposed to knock you out. I get the indica. It helps you fall asleep. It doesn't make me fall asleep. It just makes me hungry, and now I'm awake and high. You know what I mean?
Have you tried CBN?
No, what's that?
So CBN is a specific cannabinoid that is supposed to help with sleep, and it kicks ass. I've tried it a few times. I took a 5 milligram gummy, which is really low. It's regular dose is 10 milligrams, but I took a 5 milligram and I was zonked, bro.
Yeah?
It was absolutely insane. I have a hard time going to sleep. I'm kind of a tweaker in that sense.
Yeah, dude. So I'll be exhausted all day, and then finally I'm laying down in bed, and my brain's just racing, dude.
Oh yeah, fucking demons catch up.
The demons, finally,
damn.
it's our turn to get out in the sunshine.
My Gramps loves that shit though, man. He's a hardcore insomniac, for a long time, and now he loves those fucking gummies, bro.
Yeah. I'm not crazy on the gummies, dude, but if that's the cause of you using it or the reason to be using it, you just gotta plan that ahead of time because they take so long to kick in.
Oh yeah.
It takes an hour before you start feeling the effects, and then they last it feels twice as long as your usual weed smoke it.
4 to 6 hours. Because, your body, digests it, and it gets into your, whole system. And, regular weed's, 2 to 3. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It
Weird.
takes forever. But
I'm
that's
doing
why I like the pens. They kick in immediately, and I'm just, baked. And I'll just sit there and watch fucking Chris Nolan movies or something and just go crazy.
Love Christopher Nolan.
Who doesn't love Christy?
Oh, Jesus
Knowles?
Christ. I didn't realize The Prestige was oh, my God, bro.
So good.
Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. I fucking love The Prestige, man.
So good.
Oh, that shit's amazing.
Hold on, I do gotta tell you, I was trying to do a joke about it, but I could never work it out. I was just too lazy to write it. But he did a movie before Prestige, right before Batman, but after Memento. It was right after Memento.
Was Christopher Nolan?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. That's a crazy outlier to me.
Well, that's right up his alley. He did Inception. He's really into that fucking stupid.
Well, just the filming. I watch a Christopher Nolan film. I can immediately tell it's his style and everything. Yeah. And then you look at Memento. I was like, what is this weird 2001 shit that Paul Walker should be in?
Yeah. Absolutely. But he did one after that called Insomnia, and it's based off a Stephen King book. And it's this cop movie. It's this detective trying to find a murderer, and he's a rugged fucking take no shit kind of bad cop guy. And he's going around and he's fucking up the criminals and shit like that, and shooting people and stuff. But it's played by Al Pacino, which makes it impossible for me to take the movie seriously. Al Pacino's came out in 2002, so you gotta think Al Pacino's 60, in his mid 60s.
Still old. I was like, oh, that's a while ago. That was in 2002. No, but I was still fucking old.
Oh, he's probably 1,000 right now. I'd have to, if I did the math, he's 1,000 right now. But in 2002, he's 60-something. There's scenes where he's hopping fences, jumping over roofs, sprinting down alleyways, chasing after bad guys, and it's that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That's him be stop. I can't do impressions, but he's stop, crook, or whatever,
He was in Jack and Jill.
He was
in Jack and Jill.
Dunkachino, dude.
Dude, did you see that in theaters? Because I did. Oh my God, bro. Oh my mom had this terrible friend who really liked to take it. Well, she wasn't a terrible friend. She's a great person. But she just would take us to random movies.
Sure.
And sometimes it worked out. Sometimes you just go randomly see fucking Prometheus and witness an alien space abortion when you're 12. And then other times you'd have to go see Jack and Jill. And it's fuck.
Dude.
It's it seems I don't know, hacky to even bring up that movie's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you've witnessed it in theaters,
in the experience,
yeah,
you had the Avatar treatment, but for Jack and Jill,
that shit's fun, bro. Oh
you're
God.
In their world. No, that's how it should be, though. That's how it should be. I'm so sick and tired of trailers for movies, just spoiling the entire movie in the trailer. I don't need 3-minute trailers in a Marvel movie to tell me what exactly is gonna. I mean, you know what's gonna happen with a Marvel movie. Not a great example, but at the same, fuck that shit. That's how I feel that's at least. For a while, that's how it used to be. You'd be what's playing right now? And you see the marquee. You're all right, let's check it out. I got time to kill. Let's go see a movie. I don't know what movie you're going to see. And you might get Gold, and you might get Jack and Jill.
It's weird what, attracts you to movies. Like in that sense of, a trailer, or this.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Cell Block 99?
No.
Okay. The entire reason I watched this movie is because I seen bald Vince Vaughn. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
I was looking at this neo-Nazi on this thumbnail for this movie, and I was like, whoa, neo-Nazi, wait a minute, neo-Nazi Vince Vaughn. It was amazing.
So that's what sold you on the movie, that Vince Vaughn played an accurate neo-Nazi?
I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, what's happening? He didn't play a neo-Nazi. He was just bald in the movie. And I was like, what? He was
That's
bald.
Confusing.
That's
confusing.
He had a cross head tattoo on the back of his head.
That's so confusing.
The movie was amazing.
Okay.
It was badass. It was like badass Vince Vaughn. Which is so
Was
weird.
he fighting neo-Nazis? What was he doing?
He was, I cannot 100%
recovering
remember.
neo-Nazi.
Okay, so I remember he was like a recovering prisoner guy, and the beginning of the movie is so amazing because it's Vince Vaughn. Can I spoil it?
Yeah. Go for it.
All right,
I don't give
cool.
a fuck about
All right,
spoilers.
This is a Vince Vaughn movie from 2014. Nobody remembers that. Anyway. Fucking, he gets pissed off about something. He sees his car in the driveway and starts beating the shit out of it with his bare hands, but not in a cool way, a practical way you'd beat up your car, but going for the critical hit points. So he hit the headlights out with both his hands, and then he starts breaking the mirrors off, and then at one point he just grabs the entire hood, rips it off of the car, and throws it, and then that was the end of him beating the shit out of his car. But it's bald Vince Vaughn, and he's kicking the shit out of people.
It's not a comedy?
No. It's like a serious ass movie. Actually,
Okay.
I was thinking about this because this movie felt like a fever dream because it was when I still smoked weed, and I was like, dude, what was that movie where the guy was in this predicament? It was Vince Vaughn. His wife was pregnant at the time, and he had to get into prison for some reason to like help this guy or whatever. But then the guy, the drug dealer or whatever, that was like, listen, we have your wife, and I have a doctor because his wife was pregnant that specializes in like fucking up babies in the womb. He was like, this doctor knows how to cut off babies' arms while they're still in the womb.
Just like the pro-choicers.
Yeah,
or pro-lifers, excuse me.
Well, yeah, it's like, I don't
they
know.
got fingernails at 3 weeks, and I'm chopping them all off.
Well, exactly, but but he's like, hey, but we're keeping the rest of the baby.
Just the limbless baby.
Do you want your baby to grow up without their left arm?
Paraplegic baby.
It's
you can't learn
crazy.
how to walk, baby. You're just
Crazy.
crawling forever, baby.
That shit's fire, though, bro. That movie was great.
But
But
I'll have to check it out, dude.
it's a weird one. I don't think
Is that on Tubi, dude?
I don't even know, bro.
Did I get that on Oracle? They're not around
This
anymore.
is actually, I watched this on my friend's jailbroken Fire Stick.
Hell yeah, dude.
It was some good shit.
I remember the jailbroken Fire Stick. That was a typhoon. I got a guy. That's what they tell you. I got a guy, dude. Fucking any movie you want, dude.
It's so weird how, like, I had a friend of mine give me the whole speech. He's like, I was like, oh yeah, whatever. He's like, I don't pay for stuff. He's like, big dick to me. He's like, I don't pay for shit. I got this jailbroken Fire Stick. I was like, oh man, sick. That's awesome. And he was like, bro, right now, he's like, I'm gonna buy a Fire Stick. I'll send you this YouTube video. You're just clicking buttons, doing cheat codes for your fucking thing. That's really weird it's just a cheat code.
I remember people like, you can watch movies that are still in the theater. Like, really? Off of some guy's iPhone 3 that he fucking uploaded to YouTube or some shit? You're gonna make me watch that?
Ooh. Okay, this makes
I
me...
steal all of my... I know Netflix doesn't love it, but I steal I don't pay for a single subscription. I've got my ex-girlfriend's Hulu and Netflix, and I don't think she knows that I have them. So I try not to sign into other accounts because it'll give her the thing, you know what I mean? Like if I'm at a buddy's place and he needs to use my Netflix, I'll be like, fucking no, dude, because then I'm gonna lose it you're gonna ruin it for everybody.
That's amazing.
We got like 8 bros on this. We're running a train on this girl's Netflix account.
Parasitic streaming.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
See, like, my girlfriend's got her ex-boyfriend's friend's Disney Plus.
Yeah, man. It goes down. The pipeline goes deep with the sharing of the passwords on the streaming services, and I'm for it.
Oh, 100%.
Steal all of it.
Well, it's weird, like, and that's, like, with, like, I don't know, it's just, like, what is paying for art anymore? You know, like, what is paying for film? What's paying for art? All this stuff. It's, like, this huge thing, and it's like, but it's weird. Then is it going to make people more pure because they're just making stuff for the, you know, like, to make stuff as a form of expression rather than trying to get money out of it? Or do they deserve that money? Who the fuck knows? Do we deserve money for doing comedy? It's weird.
Well, I deserve money for doing comedy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I deserve money for doing comedy.
My shit's good.
But yeah, I get what you're saying, dude. It's like, there's this whole purity thing with the art thing. You want it to not, you know, no interference, no fucking, you know, what do you call them? I don't know. People, their input, you know, we go to the studios and they always want to change your shit.
Oh, yeah, fuck that, dude. I think about people in bands. I'm like, oh, dude, I would never want to be in in a band at all, because it's like, oh, having to genuinely take in somebody else's input on my creative process or fucking thing. It's like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I had a conversation with my girlfriend the other day, and I was like, hey, like, if I, like, shoot an idea at you and, like, you just immediately call it shit, it's like, just don't do that.
It's got legs. You gotta let it walk.
Because, like, I've had so many ideas like that, like, whatever. But then when you, like, start... Because you have to, like, believe in that bit to, like, actually transfer on stage.
Yeah.
So then, like, when you have, like, you immediately, the first thing you hear is, like, oh, that's shit. You're like, fuck, is it shit?
Yeah.
And you get, like, self-conscious about it. You're like, no, I'm not doing this fucking... This trailer park fucking bit anymore, you know?
I'm just hitting the point now in my comedy experience, in my comedy career, where, like, I'm like finding the confidence to do bits on stage that I'll write a bit out and be like, that's a good bit. It's gotta be a good bit. And then I'll reread it a couple days and I'm like, oh shit, that's like, there's probably something offensive about it. Mm-hmm. Something like weird that I don't want to say on stage, either for my own insecurity or just like worry that people will be upset by it. Mm-hmm. But you kind of gotta get past that at a certain point. If it's funny, it's funny. You know what I mean?
I've been in a lot of roasts recently, and I've been afraid of that.
That's gotta help. I don't do too many of those. I'm doing a few.
I love roasts, man. me see. I hosted. Me like an old comedy group I was part of. We hosted a roast of Batman, which was super fun.
A roast of Batman?
Yeah. So
you roasted the character?
Yeah, we all dressed up as
interesting.
characters. I was Raphael, the Ninja Turtle. So
Hell
much
yeah!
fun. I've been in that. I've been in a couple different roasts in like Indiana. I was in
half-show.
Recently 2 up here, and that was crazy because it's just that was the first time. Not the first time because I've roasted people that I don't know before. But that was, I was like, oh shit, I don't know even the same scene as these people. So, like, I literally have no idea what the fuck they're about or anything.
Yeah.
So then I'm
so wait, you roasted each other's characters? Was it not like, it was a roast battle or just like a roast, like...
Oh, that was like a roast. Like, it was a full-on show. Like, I was Raphael, the Ninja Turtle, and then I did a roast for everybody.
Yeah,
that was
you got,
on the panel, and I
yeah.
roasted Batman, and then, like, if a traditional, Comedy Central roast or some shit like that.
You roasted the dais before you get to the main course.
Yeah, that was super sick.
Those would be fun. Those are cool. I know there's a lot of roasts where they don't, it's just kind of, I don't know. I did a roast in, like, the middle of fucking Muskegon, and it was me and a bunch of dudes, and they didn't give us any heads up about who we were roasting, who's going to be on the lineup.
Oof.
And it was just like they
100%.
could have let them know ahead of time or something.
I seen him there, and like that because like he was like pre-show. We were all hanging out. Chuck, he's like, "This is great." He's like, "I don't have to preparing a roast. I'm just going on for 5 minutes," and I just get randomly thrown in there. It's like, oh fuck, and like they really shocked me too because like
you better hope you get somebody that you're familiar with.
Well, yeah.
Even then, you're probably not going to do great, and neither are they. But you got to also understand that they're probably like, "Fuck, my person left. I have no material too."
They they had 2 people. So the person I was supposed to roast dropped, and then another person had roast dropped. So then they hit me up on the way up, and they're like, "Hey, like, are you guys comfortable with like roasting each other like first?"
At least,
like,
yeah, they let you know.
And that was like our. So I was shocked to see like, "Hey, we're just gonna throw you into this thing," and it's like, "Damn, dude, like that's pretty." I don't know. It sucks, but like at the same time, I don't know. It's like. It's very military dad, like, hey, go, all right, no, go get your feet wet, like, randomly, like dropping something like that on somebody, I think is a lot, and like it's like.
But you're up for the challenge, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I guess you'd have to be. You Seth.
No,
still
you don't
up
have
there.
to be. You can say no, thank you. You can just be like, fuck you, fuck this. I'm getting,
Well, it sucks, man, because it is like I don't know, So I didn't have my first roast. I had really good jokes prepared for like the first 3 people, and then I got to the last one, and then I was just like, "Fuck, what do I even say?" And then like I was roasting Justin Chupp, and then I said
"Oh, this was for the competition."
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so then I was like didn't have barely anything for him, so I was up there just like sounding like an idiot. My bits that I had like went really well that night, and then I bombed harder than anybody in the championship because I didn't have anything prepared. Yeah. And then I was up there like just trying to whiff at nothing and saying dumb shit. And I was like, "Fuck," So like that's what I was really hyped about going to this next roast because I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be prepared for this one."
Yeah.
Like,
they'll teach you
exactly, but fucking. It is. I would. Getting randomly dropped in on like a roast like that sucks when you're not prepared for it at all. Man. Yeah, that's some shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm doing a competition pretty soon here. It's not a roast. It's just like a comedy competition, and I've only done one. And I was like I had probably done less than 10 shows ever. Less than 10. No, not even 10 open mics. And I'm like, I'll go do this competition. I treated it like an open mic, and got eliminated immediately.
Yeah.
But now I'm in a place where I'm like, I know I'll at least qualify for this thing, so I'm excited for that. Coming up in like March.
Comedy competitions are fucking bullshit forever, man. Like, it's like, which sucks. I don't know. It's like fine if you just look at it like, hey, this is just a thing to do, but like
that can be fun. A lot of people do take them very seriously.
Yeah,
it's a big prize pool. This one, I think Scott Zanks is putting it on over in Muskegon.
Actually, I think I'm part of that too.
You know that?
Yeah.
It's like a fucking 2,500.
That's legit.
That's a legit prize pool. He always does fun money prizes.
Yeah, I've been a part of so many comedy competitions, man, and a lot of times, especially coming from I've produced a lot of shows. I've hosted at a lot of clubs for a long time, and it's like I've just been to so many that are produced really like badly. So it's like, and I'm already that kind of prick when I'm like, oh, what the fuck are they doing? Why they got the comedy show in this room? Why aren't they telling people the rules to shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm hyper analytical when it comes to stuff like that. But like, it's a lot of those shows are like, oh, bring out your friends and they'll vote for you, and then you're getting in through there and like, so it's like, there's a lot of that. And it's just like
rigging the system.
Yeah, it just turns me off that. I like roast battles a lot because like that's just I don't know. I feel like
it feels more objective. It's like you're like you annihilated this person. You made fun of them better. And whereas like a competition, it's more like it's crowd favoritism to an extent.
Oh, 100%, man. And
ideally, it'd be like, hey, I'm the favorite because I was the funniest. But yeah, you're gonna get those dudes who show up with their whole family and shit. You know.
But at the same time, they're cool. I like it. Shouts out to anybody that like, you know, fucking runs some shit like that, because either way, it's giving people stage time in front of people and stuff like that. And it's just like
it's opportunity.
Exactly.
Every show's an opportunity. Let's talk about that today, because there's like a handful of shows you can do on Thursdays in Grand Rapids. There's, this one, and then there's 2 more coming up.
There's 2 more?
Well, there's Grins. I did Grins tonight,
Grins,
and then I came here. But before this, you do Ironwood in, I think, some town outside of Grand Rapids. They're doing a show.
Is it
like a
Joe's?
7 p.m. No, Joe is, I don't know the name.
I just did Joe's tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I seen you there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And it was, but then, there's another one in I think, Walker, Ironwood.
Fuck yeah, dude, I am...
That's 4 shows a night. A lot of people, some people I've heard be like, oh, I'm glad it's at this time and not this time, because that's my competition. I'm like, dude, it's more opportunity. What is the need to be, like, competitive about it?
Dude, it's amazing.
Especially an open mic.
This comedy scene's fucking awesome, dude. Like, because I was coming here before, like, because I've been doing comedy. This June will be 7 years.
Holy shit!
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for a minute.
Nice.
And, like,
coming up on 2 in June.
Shut out! Fuck yeah, it's good shit. It's hard to fucking stick with this shit, bro.
That's for the camera. I didn't do it with the audio, but I was sucking a cock.
Hell yeah, that good first air blowjob. First air blowjob in on the Clown Car podcast. Fuck in Buey Lewis. That's what the Buick's called. And
Buey Lewis?
Buey Lewis.
And the news?
Huh? No, just Buey Lewis.
Who's the news?
Well, the news is the transmission is fucking shot.
Yikes! Yeah.
Shot.
We're not gonna be seeing this car anymore.
This is exactly. So I got to get all the taglines. I told you this earlier. I got to.
My dad, bring the horn.
Exactly.
Bring the horn! Don't forget you forgot the horn.
I'm just saying, anybody that wants to talk shit about this, Kevin Nealon, legit sat in this fucking seat. He sat in this 2010 Buick, had me drive him across the street, parked theater. It was crazy. He knows my son's name. Kevin Nealon knows.
Kevin Nealon's a sweet man.
Oh, he's legit, bro. He was cool. It was nice.
Yeah.
We didn't
not like Rob Schneider, who Rob Schneider didn't want to use the green room at the theater. He had to bring his own RV or some shit. Yeah.
Damn. Well, I guess if you have an RV.
No, but
he was being a bitch about it.
It's a horrible green room. Yeah, I do not blame him. That park.
It's cold.
It's rough. Oh, they're always cold.
My car is kind of cold right now. I'm trying to get the heat going.
Yeah,
but
I don't mind. I'd rather have good audio than be comfortable, because if you turn the heat up anymore, it's just gonna be...
yeah, it's gonna be completely shot, and then all of this would be for nothing. My car would have broke down. It would have not ignited the first Clown Car podcast. Actually, I was supposed to do this with Hunter today, but then I got here and I was like,
hammered.
Is he hammered?
Yeah,
I thought
he was
just
fucked
lit.
up. No, dude. I mean, he wasn't. I don't know how he's getting home.
Okay.
I thought. Well,
neither do I.
I guarantee. I would bet money he's still inside right now, drinking.
Probably. We hopefully we'll see how long this lasts.
Yeah, I'll run back in there before this.
Fuck yeah.
This ends.
Fuck
but
yeah.
He's toasty.
Hell yeah! Shouts out. Well, I wasn't gonna do this tonight because I was like, fuck it, I'm not feeling whatever. I'm gonna drive it. Then the transmission goes out, and now it's like, well, fuck.
That's the universe, dude.
That's
the universe telling you have to record a podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to start a new pod.
You're the first one, bro. You're the first one. This is amazing. I'm so excited. It's gonna be. Actually, it's weird. I don't know, man. I am hyped about this. It's weird. It's just another podcast and shit like that. But it's like, I don't know. I love this creative shit, man. I love doing anything like that.
Yeah.
I've been talking about that a lot recently with people that know I do comedy.
It's promotion. That's how I look at a podcast. It's promotion. I don't do a podcast. I don't want to do a podcast personally. But I love coming on other people's podcasts. It's just good promotion.
Well,
usually, hopefully, if the episode's good. And then I'll be like, just fucking scrap that. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. Scrap it. I hate myself.
It's just another lane of creative output, because like with everything now, with the internet and stuff like that, it's like you can just be such a versatile like entertainer in that sense. Like I've done comedy for so long, and I'm like, fuck improv, fuck doing this other stuff. But now I'm like, if I can do this, then like fuck, I can do a video. I edited like the intro for this and everything. So it's like, damn, this is badass. Like I can figure out different avenues to like make myself a more versatile entertainer. And then like, if I get bored of doing stand-up eventually, maybe I can do this other shit.
Sure,
maybe I'll do this,
There you go, yeah. Go do ballroom dancing or something like that.
That's some tight shit. I feel like if you know how to like windmill, like...
What's a windmill?
Like a breakdancing?
Is that where they spin on their backs and their legs are up in the air?
Yeah, it's like...
That's
like
the windmill?
That's the ultimate move, bro.
That's what I call my my cock.
The windmill.
The windmill. Yeah.
That's legit. That's legit. I like the windmill. Well, we are in Holland, so that's very that's a Dutch thing, right? The windmills. That's like a.
Is that Dutch?
Is that Dutch or is that like Swiss?
I don't know. All I know is that when I was in high school, we had to take the SATs, and you always get like a personalized essay prompt for every year's SAT. I think my year's SAT prompt was about windmills. You had to read all these articles about windmills and how they're killing eagles.
Oh damn!
If you were in the class of 2017, you'll remember this one.
Holy shit!
All these eagles were dying because they were running into those big like windmills, the turbines that are supposed to help with like the energy and shit like that. And they're like, how do we feel about this? I mean, on one hand, we're getting like power that's not through fossil fuels, but on the other hand, we're killing eagles. I'm like, let the eagles fucking rot, dude.
Fuck it, man. You know, there's
rot.
lots of birds out there.
Too many. Yeah,
arguably
too many birds.
Exactly. And like, I know we're in like in America and shit like that, but like we have so many birds.
Too many birds, dude.
And
we need like 3 birds. I'll give them. We get the cardinal, the bald eagle, cause salute, dude, and I like a flamingo. They're cool.
Flamingos are the shit. I fucks with flamingos. Blue jays are cool too.
Blue jays.
Fuck with blue jays. And also
penguins. Penguins are my favorite.
I like those. What are the really terrifying dinosaur birds with the big blue bill? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's a cassowary.
Oh, cassowaries are fucking mean. That wasn't what I'm talking about, but yeah, let's fucking shout out to cassowaries right now. Cassowaries are tight.
They're scary, dude.
Dude, they were murderous.
Yeah.
Those are murder birds.
Violent birds. See, we don't need them.
We don't, but well, I want
They
them.
don't fit in.
I want some dinosaurs, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like the fucking I want to be murdered by like a giant sea monster. That's my
oh, no.
That's my favorite way. If I have a dream death, I want to be taken out by a fucking leviathan.
That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be sick, man.
That's scary, dude. I hate the ocean.
Oh, I'm terrified of it.
Terrified.
That's why it's like the thing I'm most terrified of, but also infatuated with.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
The sea, she calls to me.
She does, man. She does.
She calls to me.
I had a bit I was doing that for a while when I was like, what the fuck I said? I was like, my body, she hurts. And I was like, did I just refer to myself as a she? It's like, also, am I a ship?
You're the vessel. That is the vessel.
Damn, this is the vessel of my soul.
Yeah. I just want to be an old. If nothing happens with my life, I just want to be an old lighthouse attendant. Just live up in a lighthouse.
Pat Seifert.
Yeah. He does do a bit about that.
Oh my god, that is my favorite.
I saw him open
bit.
for Gary Goldman in Ann Arbor. That was a really fun show.
I wanted to cry real tears. I love Gary Goldman and I love Pat Seifert so much.
It was a good show.
Oh, that shit's so awesome.
I guess they're buddies.
Did you watch his depression special?
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too. I guess I'm talking about
Great
like
Depression.
Versatile entertainers now. Like Tig Notaro's special was completely animated. Gary Goldman's.
No kidding. Where's she at?
It was somewhere on HBO Max.
Okay, I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard the buzz yet.
Completely animated. His special was like going to clips of him being depressed and different things like that, and him going through his whole thing like that. And it's just like, oh, that's so sick. Now we don't have to stay in this one lane. Not that we're like at that level or anything, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you can get creative with this shit because it's just public speaking.
Well,
and
yeah. I think after a certain level of success, people tend to do like one-man shows as opposed to just like stand-up specials. You know what I mean? It's more like just I don't know. The situational. The specials are like we're gonna focus on one topic, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But it's not exactly like a stand-up special necessarily. I guess it's more like a one-man show.
Yeah.
With jokes. Like Birbiglia is great at that.
Never watched him.
Dude, he's a killer.
I haven't watched. I don't know. I try to. Not that I try to stay away from like mainstream comedy at all. It's just that I feel like I watch so much live comedy. Yeah. And like my favorite people are like people that I've seen live. Sure. You know, like oh my god, those are like weird people that I did comedy with a couple years or some shit like that. Like they're my fucking favorites.
Dude, when people I know put out specials, it's exciting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And like with the YouTube thing, I think that's kind of everything's sort of steering towards the YouTube thing. Where people are just putting specials up on their own, filming it, financing it themselves. And you get like great specials that you probably would have never gotten had they been forced to go to a Netflix or HBO or something like that. Comedy Central, they're not around anymore. anymore.
Oh yeah, there's so many platforms, bro. So many people are getting different opportunities to make their shit, and it's weird, like especially with comedy, because it's just like, okay, like when are you ready to do a self-produced special? I feel like so many like comics in your scene or surrounding areas and stuff like that be like, oh fucking, this guy's got a comedy special now, blah blah blah.
You can arguably get this, what we're using now, and like a couple of iPhones and dudes to man it and film an hour if somebody will give you the spot to do an hour.
100%.
That doesn't mean you deserve an hour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't deserve a special. Just because you have the means to do it. That's where I think this thing is kind of... But, like, you know, the with any medium, there's going to be shit that you got to sift through to find the good stuff. Music, you know, Spotify, it's hard to find good music these days.
Oh, dude, I goddamn, I love music so much. I listen to so much music, man. It's terrifying because, like, I feel like I have a lot of fire-ass music, especially new music and stuff like that. But it's like at the same time, like I used to really dig for my music, like intensely, like sketchy-ass websites and stuff like that. Not to download it, but just to find new music and new artists. But like now, I just use streaming services, which are fantastic. And now, like, you have there's so much to go through. But like, I am afraid I'm just becoming an algorithm baby. And now it's like, okay, now that
catering to your wants and desires.
Oh, but like intensely, and it's like, oh, then that gets me even more terrified because it's just like, okay, like when is your taste going to be your taste now? Are there 10 billion people like me because they have this same algorithm that's like just completely fucking surrounding them, and now you're like, you know, like now you're just this weird hive mind.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that things that are good deserve to be popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you find something that's awesome, ideally that will, you know, transcend that. I don't know. There's a big thing, I feel like, in the 2010s, just like hipstery people were just kind of like, I knew this band when they only had one album, and they played a show in my mom's basement, and they had no fans, and now they sold out. Like, dude, that's why they're doing it. They want to make money and play to the most amount of people they can.
You give me the chance, I will sell out in a second.
Shit, dude.
Bro.
I'll do a Discover commercial tomorrow, bro.
God damn, that shit's...
on it.
Oh, fucking, I will sell out hard, son. Hard.
I mean, because, like, it does... I don't know. There is a weird line, because now we're back to that of just, like, how do you separate the art from the you know, the financial desires, you know?
Oh, it's
you get
really...
the agents involved, and you get the producers who want to have a say in the way you record, and
well, it's really bad talking about
jokes
music.
you can't say on TV and stuff.
Well, music now, it's like, okay, so like growing up for us, it's like, okay, fucking being this ideology of being like a rock star and you have all this money and all this other stuff. It's like, oh, well, now these people aren't making as much money as they were because streaming and shit like that is like their entire industry has completely changed rapidly. Like that shit has changed like fucking 0 to 100, and it's just like, okay, now it's all about like actual streamers. Like those are going to be like the new like fucking Motley Crue, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? They were never making money to begin with. I feel like. I mean, like they made money. But like you hear all these stories about old musicians who are just like, we got fucked over so bad by the record industry. And so it's kind of just like that evolution of like, now we're no longer like controlled by the record industries. We can put stuff out solo and just put it on the internet. People can find it. But also now we're not probably going to make as much money because no one's buying CDs. Everyone's streaming. You're getting a fraction of a penny every time you play a song. So
weird. Like, well, I also think, I guess that's like an old ideology. It's like, oh, okay, these people are rock stars and blah blah blah. They have this money. It's like, oh no, but they're completely getting fucked over by the industry the entire time. And now people are way more aware of that. And now we have streaming that's paired with that. And now it's like, okay, now you are 100% able to be your own independent creator.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this is wild. It's crazy to see how much unscripted content there is now. You know, like, and that's making so much more. Like, I don't know. It's just. It doesn't hurt your brain as bad. Like, you ever try to go watch a sitcom or, like, anything on TV and the commercials pop up and it breaks your brain?
I don't know. It's weird. I know what you're saying. I'm not a fan of commercials. It drives me nuts. But, like, when it comes to music, I kind of sometimes will still listen to the radio. I don't know what it is about hearing, like, ad breaks and, like, hearing, like, a radio DJ, like, talk in between songs and, like, introducing new songs. It feels like you're part of a thing that's happening live. It feels like an experience to me. So I enjoy that. But when it comes to like ads, like I don't want my Seinfeld episode getting cut off for a Ritz cracker commercial. That bothers me.
Shit's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, and I feel like a lot of the smoke and mirrors of the entertainment industry are like starting to come down, but it's scary when you talk about it with the pair of the algorithm then, because like, okay, now are these companies and things like that, is the industry going to figure out how to manipulate the algorithm so hard?
100%.
You know, and it's
100%.
So
they already kind of do, you know. I feel like, well, there are like brand deals and things you get when they do like podcasts and things like that, and there's a lot of brands who won't probably sponsor certain podcasts because of the material that they talk about and whatever. You know, they want you to abide by certain rules. I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, why don't all people who do podcasts just put all of the ad reads at the end of the podcast? Because then as the viewer, I can be like, okay, podcast is over, I can turn it off. He's just doing the ad reads now. I don't want to sit through a Blue Chew ad from a comedian or anything like that. Just put it at the end so I don't have to deal with it. But then I'm thinking like, well, if you're in that business, if you're the Blue Chew company, you probably got a guy who understands algorithm and like, you know, the inner workings of how like retention is a big thing. You got to make sure that like, here's where people are most watching. And now especially, you know, YouTube, you look at the YouTube player, if you play it, it'll show you the little spikes and be like, this is the most replayed spot, or this is the most popular spot of the video. And so that's where ad companies can go in and be like, put your ads here, 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 say these things, you know. So it is in a way kind of a little controlling. But then you got things like Patreon, which I hate exclusivity in that I don't want to pay for Patreon. Just think about it, if you got like 5 of your favorite artists who are all on Patreon, that's money you're shelling out to all of those guys. It fucking adds up. And that's why I never understood OnlyFans. It's like, how are you paying a bitch $5 a month, I assume? But like you've got like 10 girls that you're following on OnlyFans. That's a lot of money.
It is. No, that's a lot of fucking money.
Porn's free, man. Porn's always been free.
Oh, it's
as long as I've been kicking.
Anybody that pays for porn now is fucking insane, dude. That shit is so wild.
Or torrent.
It's the same thing we're talking about. It's like fucking, oh, why are you buying that CD? Why are you paying for porn? It's crazy.
Unless you're super into porn, like as an art piece, that's where I get it. So I'm like, hey, listen, I buy this album. I collect vinyl, so I'm like, hey, I got a vinyl of this record because I love this record. I want to be able to listen to it, and I like having the physical, tactile like object. Mm-hmm. You can't really do that with porn. You can buy the DVD, I guess, but.
So many people are into that shit though, man. Like categorizing their porn, or like think about the guys that make the compilations, like the compilations.
Oh my god! Yeah, I think about that sometimes. So they go watch them. And I'm like, who's got the time?
Yeah, they go through. It's like, okay, we have to specifically look through every single like video and see where the ass fucking starts, or like anything else like that. It's like, oh, that's crazy. It's like
they're making remixes. They're making music videos with the fucking.
Maybe they're just watching so much porn, and then they have like one of those little clickers. Like they're like, click. All right, this is where the thing is in the porn. It's like, oh, it's wild, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's like a specific like software program that does that for you.
Maybe. I hope that's the case, because the thought of some poor chap sitting at a computer, preferably in a basement, typing away, going, this clip fits well with this clip, and you know we'll play this track over it, and here's a editing. You're editing. You've got an Adobe subscription to edit porn. You're using Premiere. What's going on, man?
But okay, have you ever been in like watching?
I appreciate the work. I appreciate it.
But now you're watching. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You're watching this, and you're like, man, you know what? This one's pretty good. I was like, this stays true to what the title is. It's like this is all together. This is all one piece. Like then you're like, man, that guy really killed that shit. But it's like, oh, damn.
He gets it because he's making it for him. That's his art. That's power to the people right there. Because we got these fucking the porn industry making the porns for us, telling us what we get to watch, dude. Fuck that shit, dude.
Big porn. Big dick.
That's why we got to give it up to the little guy, dude, sitting there in a basement with the Premiere Pro.
Damn, he's really fighting the good fight.
Making a Cock Hero video, Volume 3, dude. You ever seen the Cock Heroes?
I have not seen
the
Cock Hero. Is it like a guitar? Is it a Guitar Hero thing?
It's so weird. It's like you beat off to the beat, and they'll have like a little slider at the bottom of it. You have to go watch this. You put the slide. There's a slider at the end, and like they'll be like, okay, it's like Dance Dance Revolution. It's like when the thing comes, that's when you stroke. And it's
ass.
I watched it. I've never played it.
That's fucking amazing.
Because I'm just like, coming is like a sickness. I'm like, get it out of me.
Okay.
I don't make it a thing for myself. I'm just like, do it. I'm not as quick as possible. I come so fast, and that is I'll stand by it, dude.
Okay.
But it is a thing. It is a thing where dudes will be
You're purging.
Yeah. I made it to the end of the video. That type of the comment. I made it to the end of the video.
That's another
Nice
one.
work.
That's another one.
Another one in the book.
People that are in the comments like that are crazy, man. Like, that's imagine, because I just feel like that's so otherworldly to me. Like, I like watching porn and be like, hey, I need to let them know. It's
A comment
so
on.
crazy.
I don't even have an account on
That's
any
what
porn
I'm
sites.
saying, bro.
Which-
What?
a lot of people that make accounts. My buddy's like, oh, I'll send you my playlist, bro. I'm like, why?
That's crazy. That's why I'm making a
Keep
porn.
it fresh, dude. I'm not gonna rewatch.
I'm not trying to judge anybody because, like, I'm down. Like, I'm very sex positive, like, in shit like that, and a very sexual person. But, like, I don't know. You're just too lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The technology just came at us too fast, man. And then we came at the technology.
Hey,
Look at that. Look at that.
Busted all over my phone.
Oh, God.
No, the closest thing I'll get to that is like sometimes because I'll just go on the homepage of Pornhub and just be like, what's tickling my fancy this evening? I don't search for certain categories or anything like that. I'm kind of lame when it comes to porn.
Okay.
I'm not very cool in the porn.
You just shuffle it. You're
Yeah.
just like, fuck it, whatever.
coming up. And every once in a while,
if I come, whatever.
Yeah,
If it happens, it's fine. If it doesn't,
happens.
whatever, man.
Yeah, it was a good ride. It's not about the end. It's about the journey.
Hell yeah.
But sometimes I'll see a porn star that I recognize from years ago. I'm like, shit, she's still at it. Hell yeah, let's watch this out of respect.
Fuck yeah, that's some good.
That's my girl right there.
So many people that go into that, man. That's crazy. Now the OnlyFans now too. Then you have people you get people that are just like, hey, check it out, bro. Fucking whole day.
Well, you do you, man.
Wednesdays in the day.
Yeah, Wednesday's drop day.
Exactly. Like,
Yo, hop on Stacy's OnlyFans. She just dropped, bro. New reel.
Baby just dropped.
Baby just dropped.
Oh, that's 100's bit. Actually, is it 100?
New baby just dropped.
You ever do that and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I think this is like somebody else's bit.
No. I have not had that happen yet. I'm sure it will at some point.
I was gonna do this roast.
I did have that happen. Well, I had a bit that somebody was like, you can't do that bit because I have a similar one. I'm like, all right.
Fucking, that's happened so many times. Fucking, I was gonna do this roast, and then I was like, oh, this guy looks like the guy trying to leave those blessings in my Cash App. And then, for some reason, my mind switched over to like Devron's voice. And I was like,
you can't not do Dev's voice. I'll do Dev's voice when I talk to Dev.
Well, like, in my brain, I'm like, why did my brain just switch to Devron mode? And I was like, does he have that bit? And I messaged him. I was like, hey, like, did you have it? He's like, no, but it is now. And I was like,
yeah,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, he's taking that.
That bit bombed too.
Yeah,
oh my god, that bit bombed in that roast.
Yeah, I had a joke. It wasn't even I'm glad I stopped doing it because it never worked from the beginning. It was just a joke about how the word cunt is very offensive in America, but if you in Australia and Great Britain, I feel like it's way more tame. Mm-hmm. And it was somebody pulled me aside and was like, hey man, I do the similar bit, so you're gonna have to stop. And I'm like, well, fine. And it just makes me feel like, oh cool, somebody I respect in comedy. I did a joke that somebody I respect in comedy has a similar joke, so at least I can tell myself like on a certain level we're on the same wavelength, thought wise, comedy wise.
It's a
compliment to an extent.
It's like parallel thought process, especially with somebody you respect, is definitely a compliment.
Sure, it's like okay, so I'm at the least I'm at their level. You know what I mean?
I had that happen with like a newer open micer recently, and then I was like, I went to message him about it, and I was like, I don't at all want him to take this offensive whatsoever because we had like similar bits in that sense.
Yeah. No one's doing, if anybody makes it in comedy and gets successful, nobody's using their year one material in their special, so don't even worry about it.
I just complimented him. I was like, hey dude, I was like, I have a bit very similar, but then I sent him the video, and I was like, yeah, my bit, and then like we just like talked about it and like checked it up and like talked a couple days after that just on like instant messenger and shit like that. But it's weird, man, like you gotta be, I don't know, because I was just like, I feel like there's so much unnecessary, like there's so much room for unnecessary toxicity in that sense, and like I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea.
You don't need to get defensive about it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, the thing is too with
and now you got to look at it like, oh, like I just said, like, oh, I'm doing a bit that somebody I look up to did a bit similar to that. It's cool. I'm in their level, but you're looking at it from the other way around, like some fucking open micer did my joke.
Dude, that
means it's not a good joke. Get rid of that joke.
Dude, I was there and I was like, oh, he's gonna say this. I was like, he's not. He's like, oh, he said something about a boring death. There's no way this guy's gonna bring up Dale Earnhardt. And I was like, oh, he pressed the button, and they said Dale Earnhardt. I was like, no.
Was it Darius?
No. It was
Darius has a Dale Earnhardt joke. He's got a good Dale Earnhardt joke.
It was James River. He's a newer guy.
Yeah, I know James.
He's awesome, super, super nice guy. But like, I was like, son of a bitch, and I was like, because that's one of my favorite closers I use, because it's like talking about like my car accident and shit like that. And I was just like, fuck.
Dude, I'm pro stealing material at the early stages of comedy because you don't have a voice, you don't have anything to work on. You know what I mean? Just get comfortable on stage. If you have to go up there and just do like verbatim a Jerry Seinfeld set, just to be like, what's the, you know, just to it helps you learn how to be on stage.
I can.
Daniel
dig that.
Tosh said, learn how to be a comedian and then write jokes. And that sticks with me.
Well, with me, it's like, I feel like, and the thing is, too, like, there's no wrong answer in this, because everybody's process is completely fucking different, and, like, everybody's style is different, but the thing is, with that, it's like, personally, I just love writing so much, so that's where my perspective comes to. I'm a big Mitch Hedberg fan, stuff like that, so I love writing. But, like, my first open mic, somebody was like, hey, just go watch comedy. I was like, no, it's like, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have my original material. I'm gonna, like, from day one, the first comedy club I stepped into, I did a fucking set, and then I did all my own material, and it's just, I've never went back, because I feel like, that might be a dangerous game, like, when you start using things that are preset that are not yours.
Sure.
But I didn't, like, it's like, and also you need to find your voice in that sense with writing.
Yeah, but that's where they come in handy. It's like your voice is going to be the influence of, you know.
Oh,
let's clap.
And we're back.
Oh, wait, clap.
Oh, hold on.
You go. Okay.
And
you know
we're
why?
back at it.
Yeah, I used to be. I took 4 years of 2 classes at a news broadcasting class that I took for 2 years, which was like I was in a newsroom, a really good newsroom in this like nice high school that I went to. And they let me fuck with all the cameras and the audio equipment and stuff like that. We had like a separate room. We had like teleprompters and stuff. It was like a real deal, like legit studio for news broadcasting. And then I took like film and editing classes too while I was in high school. So I have a little bit of knowledge in this stuff. Do you know why you clap?
Isn't
Let me
it to
mansplain
see
this to
the
you.
audio spike? And
Right,
then you
yeah.
can, like...
You can sync that up with the...
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no one in the right mind is using the microphone combo on any device, you know?
Splice! I just use... When I don't know what I'm talking about 100%, I just throw in, like, terminology that kind of, like, relates to... Splice!
Splicing!
Splice!
Splice it!
Did you ever see that movie?
The movie Splice?
Yes.
I've seen the movie Split with Anya Taylor-Joy.
That shit's fire. I love Split.
Is that M. Night Shyamalan? M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong.
Is that... Oh, yeah, because it ties in with Invincible.
Or was that Glass?
They're both of them.
So there's 3? It's a trilogy?
Yeah, there's Invincible, then there's Split, and then it was Glass, and that was a big thing. It's like, oh my god,
Sam Jackson's back.
This is like, after 10 years, they decided to make a sequel.
Yeah. Just like Avatar 2, which I was supposed to go see tonight, and then I had more important things to do.
This podcast
and 2 comedy sets. It's a
comedy
successful night for comedy for me and you. Because you did, was that Adesanya?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
I had a good set there, and then I came here bound, and then my transmission in my car went out.
Yeah. Look, dude. That fucking crowd sucked.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta just be like, that crowd
well,
sucked.
I loved it, though, because, like, even that, like, when I was there with that, like,
You get one guy, you're like, that's my guy, I'm just gonna perform for him for the rest of the set.
Yeah, and, like, then I got room to fuck around and not care. I was like, oh, man, we're doing this thing, and I was like, my set's gonna bomb, but, like, that's alright.
Yeah.
Like, I'm chilling, man, this ain't no stress.
Yeah.
Fucking, the original idea for this was I was gonna interview comics before their set, and then after their set.
Wow, I like that. I like that a lot.
That was the original
The energy
idea.
before and after, that's so crazy. Because I'll switch up immediately.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, I guess I'm that person now. Well, I didn't get an interview
How did
before.
it go? So how was it?
It was fine. It was like, I've just bombed so much.
No, I watched
before.
you. I showed up, it was funny, I showed up right before you went on stage, here and the last place. Because when I showed up, Amanda was on stage, and I thought I'd missed the show, I wasn't sure, and then I got here, and you had just gotten into like your first bit, I think. Yeah.
Here or there?
No, here.
Okay. First set.
I missed you doing the clown bit. You did the clown bit tonight?
Oh, I love the clown bit.
Did you do it here?
Yeah, I did it. I didn't do it here. I did it.
Okay.
I love.
I was gonna say, because there's a moment where there was nothing going on, and it seemed like you didn't want to be on stage. No, you were trying to close the show, and you had already gotten the light. So I'm like, just fucking do the clown bit.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Here? Oh, dude, I should have done the clown bit, because, like, that's what, I wanted to do different jokes for this one, because I was doing a bunch of, like newer ones. I was like, oh, I'm bombing. I was like, I wonder if I could use any of these to actually revive a crowd again. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just throw this. I didn't know I was going to go up there and talk about Ronald Reagan. I had no idea. But it happened.
That's where they were like, no.
Yeah, a bunch of...
We're no longer on your side.
Are they Reaganettes? Is that people?
Reaganites.
Reaganites?
The Reaganites.
Well, I like to think about them as Reaganettes, but like the Raisinets? Isn't that the fucking thing? I mean,
Was the Raisinette hot? I can't remember. They had a little mascot that was
He was a lumpy dude.
Oh, it was a dude?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't want to gender. Like, I think it could have gone either way, but I feel like he gave me guy vibes.
Yeah.
He was definitely man forward. How do you say that?
Man forward?
Yeah.
Masculine?
Masculine.
He had a toxic masculinity.
He was very masculine.
The Raisinette mascot had a toxic masculinity to him.
Have you seen The Northman?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so like a friend of mine suggested to me, and I didn't watch it forever. And then like I was watching it, I was like, "Hey, I really like this movie, but I'm just gonna say, a lot of toxic masculinity." He was like, "In the Viking movie," I was like, "Yeah, a lot of," and I was just fucking with him. But
he was like, "It's a lot. It's a lot."
So funny. I was dead, dude.
Yeah, dude. There's that just reminded me of an old joke that Norm Macdonald did on his podcast. You know, he'll read the cards.
Actually, no, I have no idea.
Oh, dude. Well, he's dead now, so it's too late to catch it.
Much love for Norm, but like
John Normie. But he did a joke. He would read these cards in the middle of his podcast. He'd like interview somebody, and then at some point they'd do a segment where they're like, "We're gonna read jokes now," and they're just like stupid little one-liner jokes.
Oh, hold on. So we're gonna be splicing the shit out of this podcast. Oh yeah, dude. Woo!
Hell yeah.
Nah.
I was just saying really quickly before we get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Norm used to have a podcast back when he was alive, and it was he would do interview comics and actors and stuff, and there'd be a segment where they would just tell jokes. Where we'd have like a stack of cards, and they'd all have like little like one-liners, just like short jokes. Some of them are really offensive and just like wild. But one of my favorites was that he would be like, he'd have this card and it would say something about, I'm gonna paraphrase it horribly, but he's like, I don't really like watching the Flintstones anymore. I don't know what it is about it, but something about the show Flintstones just seems so dated. And it's just, you know,
so good.
It's so cute.
That's hilarious. Joke. I love shit like that.
That's a cute joke.
That's so good.
What a way to end episode with a Norm thing. Who doesn't love Norm?
What's your favorite bad joke and like in that kind of stuff?
My favorite bad joke of mine?
Not bad joke of yours, but like regular street joke. Like favorite. Not even it has to be bad joke, but favorite street joke.
Oh boy. Tell me one while I think.
What'd the DJ name his son?
What did it let?
Eric?
That's a horrible joke.
Oh, dude, that joke is amazing.
That's a horrible joke.
Have you heard about the restaurant on the moon?
What?
Great food, no atmosphere.
Fucking
amazing.
You get two.
Fucking amazing.
You get two on the pod. I haven't got one.
That's okay. That's all right. But thank you so much for being the first guest on the Clown Car podcast.
Yeah, dude. It's a WIP, as they call it. It's a whip. It's a work in prog.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to splice some things together and make it work out.
It's going to be a good time, man. It's going to be a good time.
Oh,
we're
dude.
You know, why? Yeah, we're doing the thing. We are going to get a new car, which is actually important for the Clown Car podcast because it needs to be in a car. So we're going to get a new car, or we're going to fix...
Now, here's the issue that you might run into, which is like... if the new car you get is too cool, you can't be calling it the clown car. The clown car, I think the clown car name implies that you're kind of driving around in a hunk of shit.
This is yeah, and that's what I had. That's what I'm saying. It's like I had the hunk of shit. You see that mirror? That's not there.
Looking at the mirror.
You see that mirror's out there?
Side view mirror.
My car, dude. Until recently, my goddamn lock here. This wasn't there. The lock was broken, so I had to finagle. I don't have a handle, so this is how I open the car. That's how I open it. Kevin Nealon was in here for all of this. He's seen all of this shit, bro.
Oh yeah, he gets it. He's been here.
Oh yeah, no, Kevin Nealon gets it, bro. Kevin Nealon.
What a sweetheart, dude. I love Kevin Nealon. Go watch Hiking with Kevin on YouTube.
Go watch
his interview show.
Hiking with Kevin, bro. I wish I would have been doing the clown car when I had him in my car.
And follow Maxwell Tidy on Scar Comedy at Scar Comedy.
He knows my URL.
Follow me at the TAC32. That's THE all caps TAC32. It's my initials. It's really cringy. It was like my gamer tag in middle school.
Oh yeah.
It's TAC is my initials, Tyler Allen Caldwell.
Okay.
And so I just roll with that, and I'm 24 now, and I haven't changed it, and it's embarrassing. But
Dude,
I'm not going to change it, because why would I?
I've been MaxiPad 36 since 2009 on several different things, man. I definitely dig. And that's another thing, man. Fucking weird. We're in this generation. But thank you so much for being the first guest. This is definitely a good starter. This is like, I feel like coming from the like actual struggle, and then we're going to go up.
Hell yeah, dude. Started from the bottom.
Follow Tyler's stuff. Follow my stuff. This is the first one, so you know you're obligated. And you know I don't get any sponsors yet. But,
share the podcast wherever it's gonna be. YouTube,
Spotify. Give love to Kevin Nealon. Fuck Tim Allen. Thanks.
Fuck Tim Allen.
Fuck Tim Allen.